Discover the best in local business news with a subscription to the IBJ and Inside Indiana Business. For a limited time, try us out for just $1 a week for 8 weeks. Claim this limited time offer now at ibj.com/trial offer.
Do you want to mix moments of inspiration with time to network? IBJ Media Events has you covered. From industry deep dives to awards celebrations honoring Indiana's top leaders, see what's coming up and reserve your seat now at ibj.com/register.
This is Inside Indiana Business Radio for the afternoon of September 2nd, 2025. I'm Alex Brown. A new report from Conexus Indiana shows a continued struggle to get Indiana's advanced manufacturing labor force trained for the increasingly tech-based jobs that will be needed. Senior Vice President P.J. McGrew says a key goal for the state is to level up Indiana's tech-enabled workforce.
8% of our manufacturing workforce is, around those tech-enabled occupations compared to 10% nationally. It's, how do we continue to grow that? How do we utilize that and those skill sets to help increase productivity?
The report projects the state could generate 178,000 new manufacturing and logistics jobs by 2033, though 85,000 of those are likely to go unfilled if workforce shortages persist. Less than 2 weeks after a similar event in Indianapolis was called off, organizers of October's Fiesta Evansville have announced that the event has been canceled. Fiesta Evansville said the difficult decision was made for, quote, the safety and well-being of our community, end quote. Events celebrating Hispanic heritage have been canceled amid increasing federal immigration enforcement efforts. A 37-year-old South Bend woman was ordered to pay more than $55,000 in restitution after pleading guilty to a scheme in which she fraudulently received federal pandemic aid. Rachel Robinson was accused of submitting fraudulent applications for Paycheck Protection Program relief funds and using them for personal benefit. From the number one source for Indiana business news, this is Inside Indiana Business Radio.
Thanks for listening to this IBJ Media podcast. You're probably going to remember this ad. Do you know why? Podcast advertising works. 85% of listeners recalled hearing an ad during a podcast, and 70% of podcast listeners have acted after hearing an ad. So whether you're looking to be heard across the entire IBJ Media Podcast Network, sponsor one of our shows, or just start with a 30-second ad, IBJ Media can help. Contact advertise at ibj.com to learn more.
The city of Jasper closed the first season of its new pool by breaking a 51-year-old attendance record. Between Memorial Day weekend and the middle of August, more than 32,000 people visited the Du Bois County facility, crushing the previous record of 23,000 attendees set in 1974. Jasper Parks and Recreation Director Tom Mormon says the new pool, funded by the city's Central Tax Increment Finance District, replaced the structure on Bartley Street that was nearly 70 years old.
We've had some leaking issues with the old pool, losing 4 to 8 inches of water a day, which on average, again, 650,000 gallon pool, that's roughly 40,000 gallons of water a day that you lose. So you have to replace that water. You have to treat that water, care for that. So it was a big financial drain. The last year we were open, our slide died on us. And, so if you lose one of your couple features that you have, that's an issue. So started putting the plan together 2 years ago, and here we are. Dream realized.
The new Jasper Municipal Swimming Pool is 25 yards long and holds 330,000 gallons of water. Amenities include zero-depth entry, splash area, ninja course, current loop, and 3 slides. With Memorial Day weekend about 9 months away, the city plans to prepare the pool for next year by doing a debrief on the debut season and addressing challenges such as securing lifeguards for the entire summer. Indianapolis Public Schools is starting off a new school year fully staffed in its standalone special education program for the first time after contracting with a national behavioral health company. The district's Roots program, which IPS is rebranding this year as the Margaret McFarland Learning Academy, serves students with the most intensive needs. The roughly $2 million agreement for the 2025-26 year with ChanceLight allows the district to lean on the company for one of its hardest to fill recruitment efforts, staff for special education settings. The K-12 program is located in the old Margaret McFarland School on the south side of the district. Indiana University and Cook Medical have struck a 5-year agreement that will allow researchers from both organizations to collaborate and innovate. Described as IU's first master collaboration agreement, the deal brings together research expertise from all 9 IU campuses and Cook, one of the state's largest employers. IU President Pamela Whitten.
This is a new day for Indiana University, and this agreement is the first that is a true partnership with us and a great industry partner, Cook Medical Group. Ultimately, it's great for Indiana University, but most importantly, it's great for the state of Indiana.
The partnership is expected to allow ideas to flow both ways and remove administrative barriers for researchers in schools to collaborate directly with Cook. The agreement covers a variety of projects and services, including research and development, research services, technical certifications, credentialing, workforce training, and technical consulting. F.A. Wilhelm Construction President Pat Kenny is this week's guest on the Business and Beyond podcast with Gary Dick, presented by PNC, a weekly conversation with high-profile Hoosiers in business, sports, and entertainment, and beyond. Available now on the IBJ Media app or your favorite podcast provider. I'm Alex Brown for Inside Indiana Business Radio on Demand.
Do you want the real scoop on what's happening in Indiana business? Check out the IBJ podcast. I'm Mason King, and each week I sit down with people who make news in Indiana to get insights and perspectives you won't hear anywhere else. It's business, but you won't need an MBA. The guests run the gamut from CEOs, developers, and sports executives to artists and chefs and financial planners. If there's a theme, it's that everything has a cost. And success often depends on how you define profit and loss. So if you want to deepen your understanding of the people and projects shaping Indiana, give the IBJ podcast a try. You can find it at ibjpodcast.com or wherever you get your podcasts.
Your commute just got smarter. Turn drive time into growth time. The IBJ Media Podcast Network gives you front row access to leaders shaping Indiana's economy, culture, and future. No filler, just smart, relevant, local storytelling you won't get anywhere else. Find all of our shows by searching IBJ Media in your podcast app or visit ibjpodcasts.com.